guys, what's up? Ashley here, and welcome back to another edition of Confessions of a Giggler. I am here today to talk about the Backstreet Boys. Yay! Cause you know that Backstreet's back. All right. Yeah. So, if you're following along, you know that I went to the first weekend of shows at the Sphere. And that was like, it was like a month, it was like a whole month ago already. almost a month ago, which is just wild. Time is moving so quickly. And I did get this shirt that I'm wearing. Let me just show you here. This is the one, this is the, this is the shirt that I got from the pop-up store. And then I cut it obviously because, I feel like the neck hole is too small and, it's just tight, and I wear a lot of my t-shirts to sleep in, and I've been getting I get so hot at night and I sweat so much, so I can't have it tight around my neck. So that's why I cut the necks off. And then I also cut the bottoms off because I just have a big butt. So that's that. But this shirt is Backstreet Boys. It's in my favorite color, purple, and I'm pretty sure this is the I Want It That Way single cover. And then on back it says, oh my god, we're back again. I hope that you can see it because I don't know. Anyway. So what I want to talk about is my review of the show. So I guess it will be spoilers if you're but it's almost done, so whatever. I will talk about the show and what happens in it. So my thoughts are, I have mixed emotions. I have mixed emotions. I have mixed emotions on it. So the Sphere in Las Vegas, the people going to the show, it's I don't even know how many people are there every night, but it's a ridiculous amount of people. And it's full every night. And ticket prices are insane. I got them on the pre-sale, on the fan club pre-sale. So I got them for all three shows, it was under $600. But now, if you want to go the last weekend, I looked on Ticketmaster, all the resales, for the very, very last row, it's over $1,000. So wild. The prices are crazy, and people are paying them because the Backstreet Boys are amazing and they want to be there. They want to be in the inn, right? So go if you can. But I feel like a lot of the people who are going just casually liked the Backstreet Boys when they were young, and then they stopped liking the Backstreet Boys as they grew up, and now they're like, oh yeah, the Backstreet Boys, I used to like them when I was in high school or middle school or whatever school you were in at the time. And that's just not the case for me. I like that. I started liking them in 7th grade, and Millennium came out when I was in 8th grade, and then I never stopped liking them. Never. They've always been my gold standard. Here they are in their glass box on their pedestal, and they are perfection. It's true that I've been cutting back on their things because they have gotten very expensive, and I get less bang for my buck, I guess. And obviously I understand that they can charge more because they are the Backstreet Boys. But my dollar is still my dollar, right? So that's why I've been choosing to spend it on other bands such as the O-Towns and Big Time Rush, because I feel like I'm getting a little bit more from that same dollar than from the Backstreet Boys. But it also keeps the Backstreet Boys still really very special to me, right? Because I'm not overusing them. That's not really the right word, but you know what I mean. But I've been on all 6 cruises that they've had. I won the door decorating contest one year. My door was really, really, really good. And I don't know. I've been to every tour. I've seen them internationally. We went to Geneva to see the NKOT BSB tour. I've obviously one of the cruises was a Europe cruise. I just love them so much, and I have been to all of their tours, and they're just really like I've never stopped liking them. So while I don't think I am a super fan like some people are who go to a lot more things than I do, I still classify myself as like upper tier, right? And that's not taking away from anyone who is like, yeah, I love the Backstreet Boys when I was a kid and now I want to see them again, because everyone has their own journey, and that's great and fantastic for you. You probably had more important things going on in your life than boy bands, and I didn't. So I just had the boy bands. And that's fine. That's fine for me. It's fine for you. It's fine for everyone, right? But I do feel like I find myself being a little bit more critical of them. I also have, because I go to so many concerts, I do find myself, like, I am a little bit of a seat snob. I know it's terrible, but, I need to be close. I need to be close to the action. I need to be close to the stage. If I'm far away, I'm not happy. I'm like, I don't like it. So I need to be like right there in the action. And every once in a while in the back is fine, but like, that's if you're going to, like, if I'm going to like 6 or 7 shows in a run, we're like, okay, well, one we can have bad seats for. And by bad seats, we mean like the middle or the back of the 100s, not lawn. I haven't seen the Backstreet Boys in the lawn, and I can't tell you how long. But I haven't been in the lawn for anyone, and I can't tell you how long, because I just like, I'm like, it's not worth going if I'm going to be sitting in the lawn. I might as well watch the video on YouTube. So I need to be there in the action. And this is where the Sphere suffers for me personally. So the room is just so massive. So massive. It's huge. It's huge. If you've ever seen the Sphere in real life, like I can't even describe to you how massive it is. And the stage, because there's so many seats that go up so high, the stage is pretty high. Like, I would imagine that it's about 7 or 8 feet tall. Probably more than that. And I'm only 5'2". So, like, from the top of my head to where the stage is it's far. So then, like, I stand like this a lot of the nights when you're on the floor. But if you're not on the, so like, and there's like a lot of space between where the stage is and the barrier for the front row, right? So even when you are in the front row, you're still pretty far away from them. I mean, you're closer than you're closer than anyone else is, but you're still pretty far away. But then, like, once you get into the seats, like, you're really far. And then, like, once you're like up in the 2 or 3 or 400s, you're just watching the screen. Are the Backstreet Boys even there? I don't know. So I had 2 nights on the floor and 1 night in a seat, and it's a completely different experience. Like, when you're on the floor, you feel like you're at the concert. You feel like you're at the Backstreet Boys concert, because the boys are there. You can't touch them because they're too far away. But they're there, right? You're close. You're close to them. You can see, like, if they're waving at you or, like, giving a little wink. I can't wink. But you're there. You're in it. And that's exciting. But when you're in it and you're there and you're looking at them, you're missing a lot of the action on the screens, right? And then when you're in the seat, you basically have to watch the screens. You can't really, I mean, you could zoom in on your phone, and I mean, camera phones are pretty good these days, and you could zoom in a lot, but then the farther you zoom, the less you can move, because one little movement shakes the shakes the footage a lot when you're zoomed in very far. So, I mean, you watch screens or you zoom in on your camera and watch the boys. But I don't know. It's just like, it's hard. It's hard to say. So, I know I skipped and I probably should have said this first, but I very much enjoyed this show. Like, I had a great time. I saw it 3 times and I was so happy every single night seeing the show. It was fantastic. But again, because I've seen them so many times, I don't have my exact count, but it's probably in the 90s, if I'm being honest, and like an 80s, 90s range. And I don't know. I just like, I want more from them. And I know that's terrible because like, it's like, Ashley, how much more could you possibly want? Because this show is incredible. And yes, I know it's incredible. And I had a great time. This is what I'm saying. This is why I'm critical of it. My problem is that it feels like cold almost. And I know that sounds so silly, but it's like, I don't know, maybe too perfect. Like, and also a lot of it is like the sphere is the show. Like the Backstreet Boys are just additional. The Backstreet Boys are like just the theme of the Sphere's program tonight, right? Like they have all kinds of different shows and the Backstreet Boys just happen to be there while their music is playing. And they have these fantastic images on the screen, and it's really, really cool, and it's so fun. But I want to see the Backstreet Boys, right? I like personally, I didn't go for the Sphere. I went for the Backstreet Boys. And so I want to be as close to them as possible. And the night that we were the closest, that out of the 3, was the night that we enjoyed the most. And it's just 2 completely different experiences when you're sitting in a seat or if you're on the floor. And it's a third other experience depending on where you are on the floor. Like if you're very close or if you're far, it's different. And it's just like, I don't know. So I loved it, but also I want more. And by more, so this is where I struggle. I was listening to In a World Like This the other day. If you don't know, In a World Like This is one of their albums. It's one of their newer albums. It came out in 2013. So I was listening to the album and I was thinking like, I feel like this is the most fun that I've had at a Backstreet Boys concert in a while, like for this tour. And I was like, I wonder why that is. Because like I distinctly remember them singing Permanent Stain and Show 'Em What You're Made Of and Love Someone and or love somebody, sorry. And like those are all specific songs to In a World Like This, and I love hearing the songs that are on the album that are not singles. And then DNA Tour came up, which was their next album after that, and they sang very little from DNA, and that was sad to me because like I've heard I Want It That Way 5 billion times. Like I've heard As Long As You Love Me. I've heard All I Have to Give. Like even though All I Have to Give is one of my personal favorites, if it skips a tour, I'll be okay. But like I know that they can't do that because I'm in the minority as someone who goes to every tour. Not everyone does. So like if you're a fan who liked them when you were in middle school or high school or whatever, and you're like, All I Have to Give was your favorite song, and then you show up and they don't play it, you're going to be upset. So the majority of people going to the Backstreet Boys are people who are like that, who are nostalgia fans, and that's not me. So like I want to hear them sing deep cuts. Like I want all the deep cuts, play them for me. I sing them all. So like on this at the Sphere they do Siberia, and that's really great because Even though Siberia was not ever one of my favorites, it is a deep cut off of Never Gone, and they don't really ever sing anything off of Never Gone. They hardly ever do Incomplete, and that single was freaking amazing. So I've noticed that they do Incomplete or Drowning. If they sing Incomplete, they usually don't do Drowning, and if they do Drowning, they don't do Incomplete, and they do Drowning on this one. So we missed out on Incomplete, which I think is a real miss. They also don't sing I'll Never Break Your Heart on this tour, which again, I'm completely fine with, but like imagine if you're showing up and you're like, oh, I really like I'll Never Break Your Heart. Anyway, yeah, I just like it's everything off of Millennium, which is great because there are some songs that we haven't heard in a long time from Millennium, but they chose to like cut them down some, and I don't know, it's like those are the ones I want to hear the full version of. Cut out all the other stuff. But again, I am in the minority. And yeah, so I thought that this is what I mean when I say I want more from them, is because like, and I always want more from them. And also the show is only an hour and a half, and that sounds like a long time, but it's really not. It goes by so fast. Like the show's over by like 10:15. It's done. And you're like, what? It's done. You're like, the first night I was like, we're on Everybody already? What do we mean we're on Everybody already? It's 10 o'clock. How are we at the last song already? So that was just like the length of the show is disappointing, but again, I'm sure that it has something to do with the the ridiculous amount of money that it costs to run the show. So I imagine that like every extra minute probably costs thousands and thousands of dollars. So it is what it is. And I like their costumes. I think that their costumes are pretty fun. I like that when they have their white outfits on, they have white microphones. And then when they switch to their black outfits, they have black microphones. And I think that that's fun. But yeah, another complaint that I have, I mean, it's not really a complaint. It's just like, something to note. If you are on the floor, if you have GA tickets and you're on the floor, there's during I Want It That Way, I'm sure you've seen all the videos during I Want It That Way and Get Down. They're like on a little like spaceship looking thing, and it floats up into the air. If you have a GA ticket and you're on the floor during these two songs, you cannot see them. They're gone. They're up there in the sky, and that's that. Like nowhere to be found. And then I wanted that, like during I Want It That Way, there are some live videos of them like around the sphere, but during Get Down, there is not. It's all pre-recorded. So you have absolutely no idea what they're doing up there. Not a single clue. And like great for the people who are up in the top and now they're like eye level with them, but sad for me. I mean, it is also really cool because like when I saw it from the seats, very cool. Like great effects, but when you're on the floor, you cannot see them. Like, I don't know, Get Down, which is not one of my favorite songs. You feel like you're in the music video and that's pretty wild. So yeah. Sorry, I was talking a lot and my mouth was dry. So what else do I need to say? And like all of these like little complaints that I have are not taking away from the fact that this is an incredible show and everyone should see it. And I'm just so happy for them that they're getting all this attention. At the same time, I just like them to play some smaller places and lower prices. It's just better for me. And I'm just being selfish. But my fear here, I mean, I don't know. Again, mixed emotions. I would love it if they continued this and they had another run, because this is huge for them and huge for their career. Like, all these celebrities are going, and like they're in the news all over the place. I mean, not necessarily the news, but like all over social media. Like, I mean, maybe that's just because my algorithms are for boy bands and a lot of Backstreet Boys stuff pops up, but I think in general they're coming up a lot for regular people. And what was I going to say? But so, I mean, I think it would be great if they had another run next year at some point, because I would love it if Courtney could go, my sister, and because she was not able to go this year because her little baby girl is just 2 months old right now today. And so she couldn't go. And I think that she would really like it, because all of my Backstreet Boys stuff previous to this we've done together. And it made me sad that she had to miss it. So I do hope that she can go one day and experience it, and I would happily go with her. But also, like, when they do this stuff, this is my complaint about the Las Vegas residency also. When they do this stuff and they keep like extending, that makes it longer until we have new music, until we have a new tour, until we have new whatever, anything. And it's like, I just want a new album. Because like, okay, so let's just go through this really quickly. Millennium came out in 1999, which, depending on who you ask, could be their second or their third album, whatever. But this was the height of their popularity back then, right? And then Black and Blue came out in 2000. So that was about a 1.5 year difference. And then they took a full break, full hiatus, and came back with a new album, Never Gone, in 2005. So between the album, between Black and Blue and Never Gone, I mean, they toured through 2002, really. So their break was like 3 years. But between the two albums, we got Black and Blue in 2000, Never Gone in 2005. So it was like 4 and change years, because Black and Blue came out in November, Never Gone came out in June. So like almost 5 years. We'll even say 5 years. And then 2007 we got Unbreakable. 2009 we got This Is Us. Then in 2011 they went on tour with the New Kids on the Block, and we didn't get another new album until 2013. So we had 2009 to 2013. That was 4 years. All right, so 4 years so far is like, it was almost as long as the Never Gone wait, but not quite. Then from 2013, after In a World Like This, at some point in there, I don't remember which year it was, but they did their residency in Vegas. And then at the Planet Hollywood. And then we didn't get a new album until 2019. 2019, so from 13 to 19. And they were not on a break. They were working the whole time. They were just in Vegas with their residency. So 13 to 19, that's 6 years. We waited 6 years for a new album. And you know what? We still don't have a new album since DNA, which came out in 2019. And it is now 2025, so we're already at the 6 year mark. Because, like, okay, yes, we do have a new Christmas album, but does that count? Debatable. Because, like, they're not going to be singing Christmas songs random. They're not going on a Christmas tour, right? So that's like, the Christmas album was kind of just like a bonus to hold us over, right? So we're still waiting for new music from them. And we got Hey, and we have the Millennium 2.0, but that's all things that we already have, right? It's nothing new except for Hey, which is amazing, which is an incredible song, by the way. But all the songs on Millennium 2.0 are all the songs that we've already had, because it's all the live versions from the Burger King CDs. It's all the B-sides of all the singles, you know, the really skinny ones with this picture on it, right? So all the B-sides are on Millennium 2.0, and then all the regular Millennium songs, right? And then there's like 7 versions of I Want It That Way on there, and that doesn't count either. So from DNA, we are still waiting. And if they continue this Sphere residency, it's going to delay new music even further. And how long do we have to wait? And like, how long do people, like, the people don't care. Like, this is what's selling. This is what's good for their career. Making another new album is like, people don't care. How many people like who went to the Sphere know that DNA or In a World Like This or This Is Us or Unbreakable even exist, right? I mean, I don't know the percentage, maybe like 25%. I don't know. I have no idea. But the point is, the majority of people don't care about the new music. And it's just the minority of like super fans who care. So I get it. I understand why it is this way. It's just, I can also like not be happy about it. But I'll wait as long as I have to. I am a lifer. I will love the Backstreet Boys forever, and I will always go and see them when they're on tour. And just like I said, I might not be going to as many as I used to, just because they've been so expensive lately. But if they go on another cruise, you know who you'll see there? This girl. So I think I ranted on long enough. And again, I do truly love the show, and it's really, really incredible and visually amazing. But the point of the Sphere is the Sphere. Like, the Sphere is the show, the Backstreet Boys are the side, and I want the Backstreet Boys as the main always, right? So, but yeah, I'll go back. If there's more shows next year, I will go. It's not like you have to drag me kicking and screaming. But yeah, I just like, it's not my favorite of their shows, but I still had a really good time, and it's still Backstreet Boys, and they're still incredible. And yeah, I don't know what else to say. Maybe keep the Backstreet Pride alive. I don't know. So yeah, that's gonna be it for me for today, and I'll talk to you soon. Love you. Bye.